We're live.
Yes. Welcome in to the Tim McKernan Show. It's the Pick Six podcast presented by the wonderful people at Tullamore Dew. We nearly had the whole gang back together, but it's me. I fucked it up. Was everybody going to be on tonight, Jackson?
Unit was always out, and I think Pete was going to be, if he was going to be on, it was going to be an early departure.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I apologize to the audience for those who do tune into this to make their personal attacks in the comment section on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And I apologize to my co-host, Action Jackson, at Prod Joe, and the great Iggy for the delay. But we are doing it here 45, 49 minutes to be exact, late. The Pick Six podcast presented by Tullamore. I am excited to see what the standings are. You are not. Iggy is not. He got sniped last week by the teaser, so I know that happened. But I'm excited to see where things are because I think me and Prod Joe might be in a battle, and this fucking Jackson's becoming a problem. And I'd like to pass legislation after the fact that we can't bet on NBA, and I'll see if I can get that rammed through Congress. But before I do, celebrate your favorite team's touchdowns this year with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May their feet be swift and their aim true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always. Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Please enjoy Tully responsibly. Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. We are in the homeloanexpert.com studios. I'm going to go to the homeloanexpert.com right now just for that hell, but I'm going to pop that up. Let's see what's doing on Ryan Kelly's website right now. If you're looking to buy a house, and we're kind of looking right now. Joe, when did you buy your house? I must have spelled it
5 years. 5 years and 3 months ago.
Is that right? How's it treating you?
We've got one or two little things left to do that we want to do. I don't think we need to do anything else anymore, but two things that we want to do. And at that point, everything will be just dandy.
God bless. Well, I mean, the right now, interesting. Ryan Kelly was on the show yesterday, and he was talking about how it's getting close to a point where he's going to be able to come on and talk about rates being in the ones. That is how cheap money is right now, both from a perspective of buying a home, but also refinancing. I refinanced in April 2020, and I think I might need to refinance again. You can do it. I'm with the homeloanexpert.com right now. The studio sponsors here on the Tim McKernan Show and the Pick Six podcast. Once you do indeed buy your home or refinance, you don't even need to once it, just do it. Switch to James Carlton. Happy 10th anniversary to James Carlton. 10 years ago today, December 1st, 2011, he opened up his State Farm Insurance Agency in Webster Groves. So happy anniversary to the great James Carlton. He's a good guy. And on top of that, he is my insurance agent. I majorly recommend him. I think everybody gets frustrated with customer service, really shitty customer service. That is not what you would deal with James Carlton. He's the best. That's why I switched. I switched after he was an advertiser. He didn't say, hey, I'll advertise if you switch. Didn't really care, but I did. And I'm happy I did. 314-961-4800 to go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. State Farm. All right. Here we go, boys. No G Unit. No gangster repeat. I think I'm in first place. I'm virtually certain Iggy's in last place, but I don't know any of this for sure, and I'm anxious to hear where we are on December 1st.
All right. So last week, do you want me to give you the overall standings or how people did last week?
I went 4-1 and am in first place, I believe, by like a little bit over you. All right. So what's my record?
So you're 41-36 after your 4-1 week last week, 7-6 on your locks.
Yeah, I lost my lock. Nebraska blowing it.
I am in second place at 41-38.
Oh, you are really close. This is not a big lead.
7-5 with my locks. So I've got, if we get to a tie situation, I hold the tiebreaker just barely at this point.
I'm looking good on my futures plays though, right?
Yeah. Give me 1 second and I will review some futures if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. It'll be 3 wins for me.
In third place, Unit is 38-40.
Wow.
But 8-5 with his locks. So he's got the most wins at this point with his locks. In fourth place after a 5-1 week last week.
My God, the man has moved into fourth place, and Gangster Pete was in first place on November 1st, and he's in fifth?
Yeah, that is right. Jackson at 37-41, and 6-7 with his locks is in fourth place. In fifth place, Pete, after a 3-3 week, is 35-43. And then Ken is, after an 0-6 week, is 28-49.
Iggy, you went all in on the Ohio State teaser and then paired that with a bunch of other games. And once Ohio State lost, you were doomed to failure. I lived that same fate with the New York Jets and Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know, were they Oakland or Las Vegas last year? Whatever. The point is,
Vegas.
They were okay. Well, either way, it just absolutely skull fucked me. So once that happened, you were doomed.
Yeah, I don't make excuses. I suck at this.
Right.
But I did have like 10 minutes to put all my bets together, so I just went and reached for some shit. So that's all it was. I was told we're doing Pete can't do it, G Unit can't do it, Joe can't do it, nobody can do it. So just give me your bets as soon as you can, and we're just gonna put them up there. So I said, okay, I'll just pick some.
When did we do it last week? We did it on Wednesday night though at 6 o'clock, right?
It was just you and Jackson just said, hey, me and Tim are just going to go on and do it. So give me your picks. So I haven't looked at anything, but I'll get them to you. I had a cooking show to do in about 20 minutes. So I just put some shit together and just sent them over. No big deal.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing the same thing this week with 3 of them. I'm just going with 2 bets and I'm going to put them in all 3.
Joe, you look like you have a question.
No, nothing. I don't care is basically I don't care. So
well, go ahead and say what you're going to say. I said I'm bad. I'm terrible at this anyway, but I did only have 10 minutes to put shit together last week. And you're having a good year. You're having a good year. The first year you're over 500. So congrats so far.
Nice. That was sincere. What was the other thing in your teaser that I know you had Ohio State? What was the other one?
Green Bay plus 11.
Oh, ship that, but it didn't matter by the time that.
No, once Ohio State lost, I lost all 6 of them, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, you'd already lost one before that point anyway, because the Cowboys lost and didn't cover the +3 on Thanksgiving, so you would have lost that one without Ohio State.
All right, that's one. That's one, and the other ones I didn't even look at, so I don't care.
Okay.
No reason to point them out.
So you wouldn't have covered that one either. Oregon lost last week too, right, Tim?
No, Oregon won big over Oregon State.
Oregon won big. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So. We did the math last week, Jackson. I can't remember. I mean, I don't care what you do, and I whatever. But you haven't hit one of your 3-game teasers in about 5 weeks.
Is that accurate? I feel like I should know that if that's true. So that means
we discussed it last week.
30?
Well, no, because he hasn't done all 6 or 3-game teasers. But last week he was 0-6. The week before that, he was 0-2. The week before that, he missed all 5.
Nice.
The week before that, he lost 3 of them. And the week before that, he went 1-4. So in the last 4 weeks, he hasn't hit any, and he's hit 1 out of roughly, without having done the math, 21 of them or so.
What's your point?
20.
I already said I'm not good at this. I don't really give a shit.
But do you ever think about altering your strategy?
No, I mean, if you don't give a shit, then why do you throw out the disclaimer? Well, I had 10 minutes to do it. It's one or the other. You know, you can bitch about one thing, or you can say I don't care. It's a very
if I had time to do it, maybe I don't play some of those games. I mean, 3 of the games I played, I don't think the quarterback was playing. I didn't even have a chance to look at it. I just looked at, okay, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this. I didn't look at stats. I didn't look at who's injured. Normally I do, but I didn't this week.
I mean, if we hadn't been making picks all year long on Wednesday, whereas on Monday or Tuesday, maybe you spend 3 minutes each day and you look at other games, but no, I had 10 minutes, as though we haven't been doing this. I believe we're in week 14. Yeah, we're in week 14. So for the previous 12 weeks prior to last week, we obviously haven't had any type of schedule of when we make these plays.
Well, Joe,
so you get to pick one or the other. It's either I don't give a shit or I only had 10 minutes. But bitch about something.
Well, I just said all 3, and I said I'm not good at it either. Take your pick out of all 3 of them. Either way, I do it to have fun. You know, I don't plan on winning this thing, but we do it at 6 o'clock every week, right, Joe? Every Wednesday. You're the one. You're the one, and G Unit and Pete are the ones. I guess decided you had to go drink early. 6 o'clock was not doable for you on Wednesday. So
Joe
I
was
was
on-
on the
Joe
show
was-
last week. I was on the show last week, you old curmudgeon. I was there. It was like an hour and 6 minutes long. I was there.
Jackson, what was your text last Wednesday to me?
Yes, at the time Joe said he was going to bow out, but then me and Tim hopped on there, and Joe was available, so he hopped on.
All right, I just
Both
had a
of you
text
are
that said,
correct.
I just had a text that said, me and Tim are doing a thing. Give me your picks AASP. That's all I was told. So I don't know. I didn't watch the podcast, Joe, so I didn't know you were on there.
That's fine. You went 0-6. You're 1-50 in your last 6. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to go back and pick fucking 6 games again.
No, I got 3 golf picks, too.
Oh, you're going hero?
Yeah.
How many people are in the field?
18, I think.
Because I went to DraftKings and I'm like, this doesn't really seem like it's got a point. But you know.
No, I mean, I got Justin Rose for 6,200. So
Do you
does
give
a shit about the
cut?
weather?
There can't be a cut. There can't be a cut with 18
no,
people.
there's no. You just got to hope you get all 5 of your guys in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a choice. You literally
That's
have to hit
6 year 5 in the top 5 and pray.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the winner. All right. So I went. Well, Jackson actually would be the leadoff hitter because I went 4-1 and he went 5-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
This Jackson. How far back is Jackson, Joe? I know you said it, but just to refresh my memory, because this is becoming a bit of a problem here.
He's 37-41. So he is 3.5 games back of you.
Oh shit! Jackson,
What
you
did
better watch yourself.
What did Jackson do? What did Jackson do, Joe, in his last 50 bets? Can you go through those two?
Well, he went 5-1 last week, and he went 5-1 the week before that. So I can tell you that he's 10-12 or 10-2 in his last 12. He was
Right.
3-3 the week before that. He was 3-3 the week before that, and he was 3-3 the week before that. Oh, 3-3 the week before that as well. So
Wow, he's very
he hasn't
Mr.
had a
500.
God,
he hasn't had a losing week since week 7.
that's because
the
this
NBA
fucking
season.
NBA thing. This whole
Since the
NBA
NBA
thing is going to
season
kill us,
started.
Joe. We're going to lose to Jackson. It's going to happen. It's going to be a disaster.
right.
I can already see it coming.
Any
Oh,
other
There's
stats
NBA
stats?
games for tonight because I will legitimately watch them and pull against whatever this shit is. You're going 5?
Five NBA picks tonight.
Is he looking for any other stats, like the fact that it was like 65 degrees today and it's going to be in the high 60s tomorrow or 70s?
Now the weather's
Or in the
now
60s
weather.
again
This
on
broadcast
Friday.
is under fire.
What other stats do we want to throw out here?
I don't know. You pick him. You seem to be doing well at it.
I don't make declarations that I can't like declaring anything is just mind-numbingly stupid. But you continue to make declarations about things that you have no actual clue about, yet you keep going back to the same well.
You really are stupid. You know that?
Oh, are you joking about the weather too? Because everything's a joke when you get called out for your bullshit.
No, I do. I do have a Doppler in my closet. Why don't you come over? I'll show it to you.
Oh, it's nice. You guys want to spend an evening together. Jackson, let's hear your NBA picks.
Sure. I gave these two to Prajo before we started, so they're official. The game is already tipped off. Prajo is my witness, and so is Iggy.
Okay.
Heat -3. They're without Jimmy Butler. And
Oh,
without
and they're
Bam.
getting skull fucked right now by the Cavaliers.
It's all right. We're early.
Heat
and then-
-3. Is that what you got?
Yeah, Heat -3.
All right.
Next, Duncan Robinson over 2.5 3-pointers. He plays for the Miami Heat, and they have both their stars are hurt, so he's going to get a lot of PT, and I think he's going to pour it in. Next, Bucks Hornets under 230.5. That's a monster number. I don't care who's playing. That's a monster number. So we're going under 230.5. Next, the Davion Mitchell special, Reggie Jackson. Not Mr. October, but Reggie Jackson under 20.5 points. Reggie Jackson under 20.5. He plays for the Clippers. Davion Mitchell's going to lock him up. And we'll pair that with Clippers, Kings under 215. Clippers, everyone's hurt on the Clippers. They're all hurt. So we're riding with the under.
Clip show
And the Kings
-5.5 tonight. Kings just firing Luke Walton. I'm a big Luke Walton guy myself. All right, Jackson's all NBA, and all these games are like either going on as we speak or tipping off in the next 2 hours.
Yes. I all the sweat comes in one night. That's what I like about it. I don't have to wait for it.
Unbelievable. All right, I am up next, correct, Prod Joe?
Yeah, you were 4-1 last week.
I legitimately am curious. I said it last week, but I figured I would be wrong. But I loved games My lock was Nebraska, and they were up 21-7, and then I didn't see it. I just switched over, and I'm like, what the hell? They're tied. They must have just fallen apart like nobody's business. And then Oklahoma State pushed with Oklahoma. But I really did love games last week, and I have to tell you, I love games this week. These are the premier games that I'm going to go through. I will start with the non-premier games.
Give it to me.
Well, I mean, it's going to be NFL, so you probably won't care much. Ravens Steelers over 44. Ravens Steelers over 44. Giants plus 5.5. Giants plus 5.5. I texted these. These are all my picks too. So for the handful of you who actually pay attention to this and bet with us, know this isn't the Wizard. Who the Giants playing? I put it in my phone yesterday. I remember looking at it. Are they playing the Dolphins? I remember looking at it and think they can win the game straight up, and they're getting 5.5 points. That was my thought.
Yeah, they're in Miami.
Yeah.
They're in Miami. I've got it at 4 right now.
Okay, well, I did it yesterday, so that's.
I see 4.5.
Shit. All right.
Okay.
4.5. Fuck. That hurts. Because it's probably going to be like a 13-10-ish game. Let's see. So I get Ravens Steelers over 44, Giants plus 4.5. I must be missing some kind of injury on this, but I have no idea why Oregon is getting 3 points. Now, that was yesterday. Maybe this has changed. I have been running around today, so I don't know if it has changed substantially. But yesterday, Oregon was getting 3 points against Utah. I know Utah beat the shit out of them.
2.5.
You see 2.5?
I see 2.5 on one book. And give me 1 second because it's always at the top because it's a Friday night game.
Yeah, Pac-12.
It is you're getting 2.5.
Fuck. Valuable half point, but for the life of me, I just don't get it. I liked Utah when they were in Utah, but I mean, for two teams to play each other 2 times in 3 weeks, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. And I feel like it's the perfect storm now, and I know this will at least get a reaction out of Joe one way or the other. I'm going to go with Roll Tide. When I saw it yesterday, again, I haven't looked at lines today at all, so this is not trying to sneak a breaking ball by anybody. Obviously, you guys are checking them. It was Alabama plus 7, and I was surprised that it had gotten to 7 because we went through the number last week and it was lower. Tell me it's 7. Tell me 7.5.
It's 6.5 in our book, and it's 6.5. It's 6.5 in DraftKings.
God bless. I lost some valuable half points. So anyway, Oregon, Alabama, Ravens, Steelers over 44, Giants plus 4.5, and then my final one before a lock is the Iowa Hawkeyes plus 11.
I love that.
Iowa Hawkeyes plus 11.
Love that.
I saw it at 10.5 a little bit ago.
Yes.
10.5 in DraftKings.
I see 10.5 on DraftKings as well.
Yep, 10.5. It's 10.5 in DraftKings, 10.5 on our book.
Fuck.
I'll bring up Tim. I haven't looked at scores and odds, so I will just because we are competing for something here, and I think you deserve to get the best line you can. You get 3 with scores and odds with Oregon. So your Oregon's back to 3.
Woot 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 woot.
Your Bama play is 6.5 there, so you don't get it.
Yeah, that scores and odds is where I get my lines, even though now I do.
And it's 10.5. It's 10.5 still with Michigan.
All right. Well, I know you got picks, Joe. So are you picking any of the Alabama and Iowa game? You are. Okay.
So. I'm on. Yeah, I am on.
Okay. Well, is it your turn or is it G Unit or?
It's me. No, it's me.
Okay. All right. Go bring the heat.
Unit was 1-5 last week. I am going to start out with that Friday night game. I have Oregon and Utah over 58. I see points, and yeah, I am taking Houston plus 10.5 against Cincinnati. I think Houston's better than people think.
I was looking at that.
I think Houston is better than people think, and I think it's a fuck ton of pressure on Cincinnati right now. And who knows what's really going on with Luke Fickell, because I think he's going to end up somewhere after all the coaching changes and where things stand with that. I am going under 49 with Georgia and Bama. I'm old enough to remember when Georgia played Clemson and it was a 10-3 game, and Clemson might legitimately be the best defense Georgia's played against this year. Although it was week 1. I think Alabama's got a defense, but I don't know how they're going to score realistically. I am on the other side of you with Iowa and Michigan. I am going to take Michigan minus 10.5. And finally, tomorrow, United is playing against Arsenal. I have got United's team total over 1.5. Those are my 5 plays.
I will go on the record, which I have instructed those who have, like a young gentleman like Jackson, there is zero upside in making predictions and being emphatic about them in our business, especially with social media. I mean, it could be, but I have to say this, that I really like Iowa getting what I thought was 11, but whatever, 10.5 doesn't matter. And part of it is game flow. And Michigan, listen, great team. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like Michigan is a machine. Very few people were thinking Michigan could hang with Ohio State last week. Let me tell you something, Joe. But I mean, most of the world didn't think it either. And I just was like, getting 8 points to perfect time where the public's going to get their asses handed to them. But with that said, if you're a Georgia fan, and I know you are, isn't the best thing possible that Ohio State got knocked out? Don't you think?
Yeah. I think I said it last week when we were doing the show that like Ohio State was the team that scared me the most.
Team, yeah. I mean, that's I think you did say that, but I guess maybe it was Herb Street who I said that on Saturday night. That's the team that could have messed with them. I just don't think.
Yep.
I think Alabama could do it because I just can't rule out Alabama, but I don't know how anybody else who's in the mix on this thing could hang with Georgia. But Ohio State,
Alabama hasn't looked good in so long. That's the part that scares me more than anything is that Alabama hasn't played legitimately well. Since Tennessee, and that was October 23rd.
But like going in the final 2 minutes in Auburn, and I'm just like, it's the perfect storm. And I don't know if Georgia will score a lot of points. I don't know. I like Iowa a hell of a lot more than I like Alabama. Let me put it that way. All right, who's up next?
Pete.
Oh, Gangster Pete.
Right.
He's got the picks.
I got him.
Action Jack.
Pete likes. Boy, he picks some. He's got a lot of Western Kentucky here.
Gangster Pete is just. I feel like we need an intervention on what's happening. Something happened, and now it's over.
He likes Western Kentucky.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, continue. Go ahead.
No, 2 weeks ago, Tim, in the middle of the show, he disappeared, and I think there was a piece of tail that he was running after, and he had to go.
I was on vacation that week.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So he put in his plays and is like, "Sorry, dudes, got to go." And maybe all of this is coinciding with personal happiness while being obviously disappointed in his overall performance.
I didn't know he had a lady.
I don't know if he did or not, but he just he checked out and was gone.
Wow,
what he said was, "I'm going to go entertain." So
Gangster
that tells you anything.
Yeah.
All right. So Pete likes Western Kentucky -3. He likes Western Kentucky's team total over 37.5. And he likes the Western Kentucky game to go over 72.5 points.
Bullish. I mean, Gangster Pete won $1,000 or whatever the hell he won last year on Coastal Carolina. So this Gangster Pete goes deep.
Yeah, he sure does. Next, we'll go Kentucky State over 73.5.
I think that's Kent State.
Kent State.
Yeah, that's that's Kent State. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. There's so much Kent in here. I can't, tough to.
That's Kent State in Northern Illinois.
Kent State. Is Kent State in Kentucky?
Jesus. I mean, are we really doing this? I mean, you don't know where Kent State is?
No. No idea.
I mean, they teach you any history at Horton Watkins?
I know about
massive shooting.
Thing.
Yeah.
I know.
Can I give you a
Neil Young?
Can I give you a song?
Neil Young?
4 Dead in Ohio.
There you go.
It was the Ohio National Guard.
Oh, I remember. I remember the thing that happened at Kent State, but I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, it's Ohio.
Okay, fair enough. And he also likes Pittsburgh over 71.5. That's Pitt, though. Pitt. I should be more clear. Pitt over 71.5.
Yeah, if the Steelers over was 70.5, I would be flying to Las Vegas this evening.
Pitt over 71.5.
Yeah, Tim, your game, your Pittsburgh-Baltimore game,
Yeah.
went up to 71.
Yeah, I had it at 44.5, and I like the over. And I moved the line 27 points.
Well, that was yesterday.
Powerful shit. Yeah, exactly. I didn't check it. All right, Gangster Repeat is in. Who is next? Iggy? No, I guess not. I guess it can't be.
Oh no, it's Unit. It's Unit.
All right, what do we got here? Carolina Panthers. They're off this week, so I don't know what he's doing.
He is taking the Houston Texans +9. That is his first play. He is on the Texans are playing the Colts. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He is taking the Steelers in their matchup with the Ravens at +4. He is on the Buffalo Bills. It's -3 now, so he lost a half point. At least in our book, it's at 3. Either way, I'll go back and check. But he's got the Bills -2.5 or 3 at home against the Patriots on Monday night. He is on the Chicago Bears +8 against the Cardinals. That's now at 7.5. And he is on the Chiefs right now at -9.5 against the Broncos.
All right. G-Unit is in the books. All right, Iggy, it's a bounce back week. This is a week where you send a message.
Yeah, I feel 6-0 coming on.
Yep, I bet you do.
3 teasers, same as last week. These 2 are going to go in all 3 of these. Colts +1.5 versus Houston, and Kansas City +0.5 versus Denver. Those 2 will be in all 3 of them. The third pick and the first one, I'm kind of going with the Gangster Pete on 2 of these. Kent State, Northern Illinois over 63.5. Pittsburgh, Wake Forest over 61.5. And the third one, Tampa -1 over Atlanta.
Nice.
And my 3 golf picks, Patrick Reed -110 over Koepka. Matthew Fitzpatrick -120 over Tyrrell Hatton. JT -110 over Morikawa.
Wow. I like the Koepka move. Hatton, for whatever reason, if it's not a major, he's like one of the best players in the world. It's an odd deal with him. But God, when he gets in a major of the players, he, for whatever reason, it seems to me anyway, has implosions. Who'd you take over Hatton?
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick. I don't know on Fitzpatrick on that whole
And
thing.
JT, I did. Morikawa. I don't think Morikawa hasn't played in this before, so not that it's that big of a deal. The guy wins. The guy's the closest thing to a young Tiger that I've seen, but still. JT's played well here. Morikawa hasn't played this tournament yet. So
he strikes it oh so pure. He strikes it oh so pure. All right, so everybody's picks are in the books, correct? All right, before we go to our
so is JT your lock? Iggy, is JT your lock?
Yeah, JT's my lock. I'm sorry to say that, Jim.
That's all right. So Iggy's lock is in the books. We will do the other 5 here momentarily. Before I do, I'm going to ask stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Boy, they take great care of us. They're the best. I feel like every week, now it's like a few times a week, I get an email from a listener, a DM from a listener saying, thank you for introducing me to Jamie Burkhardt. Thank you for introducing me to Clayton Patterson. Thank you for introducing me to the service department at Munganast. They are the best. It's, I think, well, Joe, I don't know where you're getting your whips these days. Did you work with them? Did you text me about them? I feel like maybe you did. I don't know.
Nope.
But
I've had my truck for 3 years.
That's right.
4 years. Yeah.
But the rest of us here have worked with them in some capacity, either getting a car or servicing, getting our car serviced. They're the best. And if you want an introduction, email me for real. DM me. I don't care. And I'll connect you with Jamie Burkhardt. I'll connect you with Clayton Patterson. Now you got somebody directly to work with at Munganast. stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. They are the official automotive provider of the Tim McKernan Show podcast and the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Action Jackson, Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Great people. Tell me about them.
The greatest of people. Truly is. Love talking to Mark Hanna. Every single time I talk to him, I'm like, holy smokes. How lucky am I to be able to work with someone like Mark Hanna? Seriously. I really value, especially with something like money, like he's helping me handle my money. I want someone I can trust. I not only trust Mark Hanna, I truly appreciate and am grateful that I get the chance to work with Mark Hanna. And you can work with Mark Hanna too. If you don't have a plan, that's not a good plan of action. A good plan of action is get in touch with Mark Hanna. He'll learn about you as a person, what your goals are financially, and what situation you're in. And what he's going to do, he's going to help you out. He's going to educate you on what's the best plan for you. And he's going to get you straightened out because that's what Mark Hanna loves to do. He tells me all the time. He tells me he's got a roll of calls he has to do. day, and he can't wait to do them because he looks forward to helping people. So
He
give
does.
Mark Hanna a call. He's the best. If you don't have a plan, get in touch with Mark Hanna. If you already have someone, I suggest making a switch because Mark is that good.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. All right, Jackson, what NBA crap do we have here tonight for the lock?
No NBA locks. I stay away from the NBA locks. So I like Washington football team, Las Vegas Raiders over 49.5. A lot of points like to get scored in that Death Star. They score a lot of points in the Death Star. So I like it over 49.5.
All right, Action Jackson. This is like so chalky and just brutal, but sometimes it just works out this way, and I feel like it's the perfect storm. I know I typed this in yesterday. I'm virtually certain the Rams are playing the Jaguars. Confirm.
Yep.
All right. Rams minus 12.5. I mean, the Rams are a good football team, not really well run, but a good football team, and they've been dog shit as far as performance. They've been playing against some good teams, and now they just have it's the perfect storm to play this dumpster fire in Jacksonville, and I think they will just pound. This could be something in the 40s as far as their point total, and it's minus 12.5, and you don't like to do that in the NFL, but God, I can't not do it, so I have to take it if I feel as strongly as I do about it. Rams minus 12. Yesterday was 12.5, Joe. I don't know if it's changed.
It is. It's still 12.5. You're still good.
All right. Onward and upward. Prod Joe, is that you?
Yeah, 3-3. Yeah, I'm up next. My lock is also tomorrow. EPL Spurs in Brentford over 2.5.
Dare is to do.
Brentford.
What, Jackson?
To dare is to do. That's their slogan.
Oh, I thought one of your randoms hit a 3-pointer. And I was
he's 0 for 3. I'm pissed.
I saw that, and I'm happy about it. But clearly, he's firing. They're down by 9.
Yeah,
I got to watch the Avs tonight.
It's gonna be exhilarating.
Yeah.
I thought Joe was going with an NBA pick for a minute there.
I'd be excited.
I liked it, Iggy. Joe kind of liked it, but he couldn't give you the full-on smile, so he's holding it back. That's what's going on. All right.
Because I said Spurs.
Yeah.
Pete is up next.
Gangster Pete, what's he got?
He likes the Niners minus 3.
Who are they playing? Seahawks? Right?
They're without. They're going to be without Deebo Samuel, right? He's
Yeah. They've got the Seahawks in Seattle, who are a mess, and that line's still at 3, so he's good.
Yeah, they are a mess.
What's G Unit got?
G Unit has got the Chiefs Broncos over 47.5.
I like that one too.
I gotta tell you, I kind of like that play.
I liked it. I was looking at it. I kind of coin flipped with the Washington Vegas game, and I got that one.
The Chiefs have figured out the defense, though. I don't know on that. And Iggy, what do you have, sir?
I went JT minus 110 over Morecambe.
Oh, that's right. You already did it. I apologize. All right, there it is. The picks are in the books, correct, gentlemen?
Yep.
That is all locked and loaded.
Sweet. All right, Iggy, you can go back to your vacation. Thank you for interrupting your vacation for this, especially when I was 49 minutes late.
My vacation has been the same as any other day.
Is that right? You've been watching films, correct?
A ton of them. A lot of older ones that I've already seen, but I haven't seen. I actually watched The Postman Always Rings twice. I haven't seen that in like 30 years. Well, I tell you, I didn't know it got that close to a fisting job from Jack Nicholson and Jessica Lange. That was close, but yeah, some old stuff I watched. I hadn't seen in a while, and then I told you that that 7-part miniseries I watched, Generation Kill. I hadn't seen it before.
I'm obligated as a near graduate of the journalism school to follow up. You're saying that Jack Nicholson nearly fisted Jessica Lange in the?
Oh yeah, I mean he was knuckles deep in there.
All right. That's surprising that didn't. I haven't seen the film, but that's surprising that was shown.
Well, I mean,
you really don't have a whole lot of fingering scenes in Hollywood, and I think there should be more. I want that on the record. But
the only one that I can think of. The only one I can think of was Fear when Mark Wahlberg and
the old roller coaster.
Wild Horses was playing.
That's right. So romantic.
Yeah, on the roller coaster. But that was she had her dress kind of draped over her. This was, I mean, it was just him in the panties. I mean, he was just,
Fisting.
yeah, it was up there.
That gesture. All right. Well, I mean, there it is. If you're looking for something to watch tonight,
It was pretty early in the movie too.
I
So
gotta tell you, like, if I'm watching a
Mr. Skin.
stag movie, and all of a sudden we got fit, and I really, now that I think about it, I really don't see it pop up all that often because it's got to kind of be a certain kind of genre, like the extreme, and that just isn't my bag, you know. I mean, and if it is, hey, we don't kink shame on this podcast, we don't kink shame on the radio show, but I just don't see it all that often. I can't imagine it's something that people enjoy, but if they do, God bless you. I do know from hanging out with Janie the lesbian that it turns out, and I want to educate the audience, and I know most of the people watching this right now are young bi-curious females in grad school at Washington University. And thank you for watching. But Janie the lesbian told me that when she meets a woman she likes, and now I know she's married now, but when she met a woman she liked, she would look for the size of the hand. That's a thing in the lesbian community. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It's a whole thing. And then,
is it worried about somebody who happens to be transgender?
What's that?
Is it worried or curiosity about if that person happens to be transgendered?
No,
Like
it's
looking
so
at the
it's
size
like
of
it's
the
like
hand?
it's like being able to
Oh.
see, you know, penis size, except it's out there for the whole deal. What a wonderful
I got you.
thing!
All right.
What a wonderful thing!
look, I'm not a girl, but man, I don't know why you'd want a fist up there.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I feel like if we can get Janie the lesbian on real quickly to comment. I haven't talked to her in a while. You ever talked to her, Iggy?
I think she texted me like 4 or 5 months ago for something. I don't know, I forgot what it was, but
All right.
no, I'm not regular. No.
I'll have to get to the bottom of this fisting thing. Maybe we'll have her on as a guest next week when G Unit is disconnected from outside of Babes. All right.
Postman always wins twice.
You want to see some fisting?
It's probably 15 minutes in. He takes a job at the gas station where Jessica Lange works, and it didn't take long for him to get after it.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, he moves at a quicker pace than I do.
Pretty good movie, though.
Nonetheless, good film recommendation there, especially for those of you into the fisting. We are very grateful to our sponsors for making this podcast possible. The games are in. We are in a battle here, and this fucking Jackson's becoming a bit of a thorn in my side. So,
I don't think either of my first two picks are going to hit. The Heat are getting cooked, and Duncan Robinson can't hit the broadside of the barn.
He just needs to hit 3 3-pointers, though.
Yeah, I know. It's all going to have to be in the second half.
All right. There it is. Thank you to Tullamore Dew for being our presenting sponsor. Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert.com. James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, evergreenstl.com. Munganess, St. Louis Acura.com, AltonToyota.com. And, of course, Seth Goldcamp online at designairservice.com. Just go click up on the top of the website, and right there you can book now with Seth. Whether the temperatures are hot, the temperatures are cold, it doesn't matter. Always work with Design Air Heating and Cooling. My basement, I always am doing the show from. Seth Goldcamp took care of everything down here. It is perfect. I'm a client, couldn't be happier. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. All right, for Action Jackson, for at Prod Joe, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for G Unit, for Gangster Repeat, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Tim McKernan Show, Pick Six podcast presented by Tullamore Dew.